and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how to make these really fun interactive cards, and I'm calling them my Octagonal Pinwheel cards. So when you look at it from the top, it goes like that. So it's got 8 sides, so that's why I'm going with Octagonal, and it's got all these panels for you to decorate. You don't really need to decorate the inside. You can if you want, but I've not bothered. It folds flat and it goes into a 6x6 card block. I think my teeth need sticking in today. I'm getting all my words wrong. So when it goes flat, it'll be like this, and then on the other side is where you've got your sentiment. This is the one that I'm going to be showing you that I've made today. There's a few flowers and things that I still need to stick onto it, but I'm going to do that off camera because you can see where I've put them on this one first, so it's easy to figure out. It's up to you what you want to decorate your cards with. It can be for any theme, but these are really nice for kids, I think, doing it like this, because it's interactive and it's fun for them to just keep moving it around. It's a bit like those never-ending cards. You know, you just keep doing it like that. So let me show you how I make them. Right, so to make the main piece that goes in the centre of the card, you need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 6 inches, and then along the 8.5 side you want to score at 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got a bit of glue stuck to me, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So that creates all of your sections where we're going to stick the panels. That's all the scoring done, what we need to do. So I'll just move my board out of the way. And then you need 8 pieces that are, double check, yeah, that are 6 inches by 2 inches. So you need 8 of those. And then you need whatever backing paper that you want to put onto these. So again, you need 8 pieces. I'll pick them up. Right, go over there. And these are 5 3/4 by 1 3/4. So you need 8 of those as well. Love this paper, it's really nice and bright. Okay, and then you will need 8 pieces that are, what did I do with these ones? 3/4 of an inch by 5 3/4, I think it was. Yeah, so 3/4 of an inch by 5 3/4. But what I did was I just used an embossing folder to do a big piece of paper or cardstock, which you want to do before you cut it up. This is a Crafter's Companion trellis swirls that I used. It's easier to emboss it in one large piece and then cut it down. You could do it individually if you wanted. I just found it a little bit easier. And then the sentiment that I'm putting on, I've made a separate piece of card and just stamped Happy Birthday onto it, and that measures 3 inches by 4 inches. So that's going to stick out on one of the flaps. Right, so what we need to do is we need to fold and burnish all of our score lines. So once you've scored it on one side, flip it over and then fold the cardstock away from you. The reason you do this is just so that it stretches the fibres, so it's less likely to tear or make the fibres of the card come out where you don't want them to. Okay, so you've got your 8 sections here now. Now this glue tab here, I'm just going to trim a little bit off. My scissors have gone walkies. I'll use some other ones. So you just want to cut a slight wedge off at either side. that's just to ensure that when you stick it to this piece here, it's not going to show above the line where you don't want it to. So I'm just using cloud liquid glue just because it gives me that time to adjust the tab. You can use double-sided tape if you wish, that's up to you. So you can lay this flat and make sure that your flap is stretched out to you. So when you fold over this last panel, it will exactly fit where it's supposed to go. And any excess glue, if you're using the cloud, just rub at it and it will come away. Okay, so then all of these panels, we're going to stick one on each section. So I found it easy if I just put the glue directly onto the section rather than trying to guess halfway, because each of the flaps are 2-inch wide, so you don't want to be getting it over 1 inch on the section that you don't need it, else it'll not open up. And the way that they are, they'll layer over each other. Okay, so if you just stick all those down, and then as you're going round, you just bend the piece round so it exposes the next flap. So here we go. So that's your card base done, and when it stands up, there you've got your 8 sections. Okay, so now all that there is to do is just to decorate. Now, I can't remember if I said this should fit into a 6x6 envelope when it lays flat. So you just need to take your pattern papers now. And then put one on each of the panels. Now you also need to take one of your embossed pieces, if you've got it embossed, or if you just want to use another pattern paper, that's totally up to you. I just wanted to add a bit of something extra. So next to each of these panels you'll have the smaller section where you want to stick those. And then just fold the next one over, and then they're not getting in the way of the other ones. Right, so we've got all our mats glued down now in the place where they need to go. So thinking of it as a front and the back of the card. You decide if you've got different papers on one side to the other one, which you can do, that's up to you. Just decide which one's going to be where you want to put your sentiment. So the way that I've done it here, I've got the, yeah, I've got them going that way. So it's up to you, whichever way around you want to have your flaps. Now, what I've done is, on this one, I cut it down to the same width as one of the panels. But when it opens up, it will stand further than a panel that's there. But you just need to make sure that when you flatten it, that's on one side. So I'll do it, yeah, I'll go this way this time. I'll have one going in the opposite direction. So just want to put glue on half, and then just place where you want. You can either have it towards the bottom, top, totally up to you. Okay, so that'll be the back of my card. So I'll flip it over and I'm going to do it this way. Now, I've stamped and coloured some images. The stamps that I've used, I think I got these off, I think it was eBay. If I can find the link to them, I'll put it in the description box if you want to get them. Lovely stamps, and they come with the dies as well, so they were really good. I think they were only about £4 or something like that. They weren't expensive. And then I've cut lots of leaves and flowers and things. I'm sorry, I don't know which ones these are. This was before I started labelling everything. But they're just general leaves and flowers and all those sort of things. If you've not got dies, you can use punches, or you can just cut some out yourself if you're good at doing things freehand. I'm not, and that's why I rely on these things. And then I've also cut out some alphabet letters, and I think I've put hello there again on there. It's the same as before, just double check. Yes, I did. So like you can see on here, I've put hi there. I've just done it exactly the same on the other one, but I'm just going to pull it this way around. So all it is now is a case of sort of auditioning where you want to put your pieces, because your figures can come out at different angles. Because these ones have got like the heads there or something like that, they're just tuck underneath, so when you stand up they'll come out and you'll be able to see them anyway. But if you can get them tucked in so they don't protrude past the 6-inch mark, so they'll fit into your envelope. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to have a play around with these. I'll speed this up and put some music on if I can do it without it going wonky, and I'll come back to you when it's all got it finished now. So as you can see, I've coloured in the letters because, just zoom out a little bit. I die cut them in white, and against the background papers I'm using you couldn't really see that they were there. So I just decided to get a alcohol marker and just colour over the letters. Might have been a good idea for me to try them before I get started recording the video, but in hindsight now I know better. It didn't matter so much having the white letters on the other card that I made, because it was more of a coloured background, so they popped really well. So I just thought that it'd work with this one, but silly me, I didn't double check. So I've just put in the leaves and the characters and just some other little quotes on each of the panels. On this one I'm going to put something extra here, because I wanted to popping out when the card's flat to be seen here, but when that panel's open there's a gap here, so I'm thinking of putting some flowers or something there. I wasn't too sure what I was going to put on, so that's why I've left it. But like I said, when you putting the card flat, so the back should look like this, so you've got this piece sticking out where you can write your sentiment, and then your front side will be like that, or you can have it that way, so you've got one of the embossed strips down the side. They're a really fun and interactive card. They're really good for kids, for you know, birthdays and things. You can do them in any theme. On this one I've put a few little flower sequins on. I forgot to get them out for me to put them on the video. I'll add them on afterwards. This is just a different embossing folder that I used. I've just put them in the hair of the animals and things like that. I just thought they were really cute, so I'll probably add some of those on off camera. Really enjoyed doing these, and they're really fun, and like I said, I've really enjoyed putting them together. So I hope I've inspired you to have a go at me. Sorry, on there. So I hope I've inspired you to have a go at making the Octagonal pinwheel card, and you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, if you'll give me a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. And if you aren't subscribed, if you will consider subscribing when I can speak, that would be appreciated too. And if you click the bell icon, then you'll be notified of any future videos that come out, that you'll not miss anything. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.